Almost 4 years ago, a 21-year-old fighter by the name of Kevin Lee stepped into the octagon for the very first time to fight and make his UFC debut. He went up against Iaquinta. You guys know Iaquinta from the Tough Show. He made it all the way to the end, and then he lost to Michael Chiesa. You guys remember that? Lost to Michael Chiesa. Anyways, this first fight was a barn burner. It was a hell of a fight. It was a damn good scrap. It really was. Iaquinta was the better fighter that night. He really was the better fighter, no doubt about it. It was a close fight, but Iaquinta made that thing happen. Kevin Lee has gone on to rack up wins and wins and wins. He's got some more losses on there, but he has learned from his losses, and he's been able to string some wins together. It does make you feel it makes you feel, like Kevin Lee has been getting better. Moving on through his fight game, he's been getting better and better and better. He has some stumbling blocks, but he has been getting better. Iaquinta, on the other hand, after this fight, he really just kind of started to complain a little bit. He had, 2014 and 15. 14, he fought a lot, hell of a lot. And then he had 2015, I believe that's when he had that, I believe that's when he had the knee injury, and he had to be out. He had to be out of the fight for a while. The knee injury took him out. But Iaquinta has gone on to be a real estate agent. He's got his real estate license. He's out here selling homes. He's found a different career. It's almost like fighting is kind of like a part-time thing for him. He's been passing up on fights. He's not coming back unless it's for the right amount of money. And I know a lot of times we say this person's ducking a fight, that person's ducking a fight, but it's like Iaquinta just wanted more money. And he actually accepted a fight for more money, and he told Ariel Helwani how much money he made on the fight. It was, I believe he made just under $100,000 for the fight. That was after he renegotiated to make more. That was after he renegotiated to make more money. Do you get what I'm saying? So he made about $90,000 for that fight against, I believe it was the fight against Diego Sanchez, that first fight back. He wasn't going to accept anything unless it was a decent amount of money. A lot of these fighters sometimes price themselves out of the market. $20 million, Nate Diaz said. No, Iaquinta didn't do that. He made about $90,000 for that fight. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot. For a guy who hasn't fought in 2 years, you haven't fought in 2 years. That means each year you've been making you made $45,000. If you just split it up and think of it as work salary, that is not a lot of money. So, he made $90,000 for that Diego Sanchez fight after negotiating. And then he's been able to get some other fights in. He stepped up last minute to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov. That put him on the map a little bit. He was supposed to fight, I believe he was supposed to fight Paul Felder or somebody like that. I cannot remember. But he was supposed to fight somebody along those lines, Felder or Pettis. And both of those guys, they were looking at both of them to kind of come in and step up to be to replace Tony Ferguson when he fell out of that fight card, but neither of them made weight. So here comes Iaquinta jumping in for the fight. I can't be mad at it at all. I don't think that Iaquinta has changed much, but Iaquinta was really good to begin with. Iaquinta looked great in that fight. You know what I mean? He found himself in some difficult positions, but he was able to get out of it. He was able to wiggle out of it. He was able to defend himself properly. People are all over how well Iaquinta defended himself in the Khabib fight. I have a different opinion about that, but this isn't the video to be going in on that. I'll just say on one day's notice, Iaquinta agreed to step inside the octagon with Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? That on its own, you should be given a round of applause for that on its own, because he has no fear. He will go out there and he's entertaining. The guy's going to go out there and give you a goddamn barn burner. But with all of that said, fight pick. I've got Kevin Lee. By decision. I do have Kevin Lee by decision. I don't think Kevin Lee is going to submit him or knock him out. He has been finished, but I don't know, man. I like Iaquinta scrappy as hell, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. It's a long-ass fight pick. Usually I like these things to be a little bit under 4 minutes, but we rolled with it this time. I had to think it through. I've got Kevin Lee by decision. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comment section.